Okay, guys, how you guys doing? All right, so I'm going to be doing a weekend tarot reading for all signs, and I will timestamp it and probably put it in the description or comments. And I'll probably return to the weekly readings this next week coming up. Or if you guys put like monthlies better with these ones, other ones that are in all signs, you can let me know in the comments. But all right, so I'm starting off here with the Chinese deck. So I'm going to start off with Aries for the weekend. Okay, so we have Knight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and Seven of Swords. Those earth and air signs here, more air than earth. And I'm just going to look at the cards here for a second. I don't know if I said King of Pentacles or Knight, but this is the Knight of Pentacles. I think I said King. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be showing like progress and something being like steady and trustworthy, and something finally comes through. So looks like there's some type of progress this weekend on something. And also it shows that like things will be looking up, and looks like there's going to be improvement. So there's progress, there's improvements this weekend. Shows like kind of like the end of challenging times. So something that's been a challenge looks like it's going to have improvement. Maybe more going on that meets the eye with something. So not sure exactly what that is. It can be some type of little bit of dishonesty. It could be a loss of personal freedom even. But just take caution just in case. And now that, you know, it can also be embarrassing secrets. So I don't know, for some of you, maybe get those secrets out, then progress and improvements happen. Can be. Okay, next up. These are just quick weekend messages. So Taurus. All right, Taurus for the weekend. All right, the Seven of Wands, Temperance, King of Swords. Okay, so there is fire here and air, more fire. And Sagittarius stands out here. And some people would say this is also Aries energy here with this king here. Just look at the cards here for a second. So this weekend is shown for you to have confidence and stand up for yourself. And also to some of you, it's a side note is to be selective in love. But it looks like this weekend will call for balance and moderation or compromise of some type. Also self-control and patience. So this weekend's going to call for some patience. It's going to call for you, it looks like, having confidence, standing up for yourself, maybe, I don't know if you might have to defend yourself a little bit, but stand up. Also, for some of you, there might be things that wrap up this weekend. Like if, might even be some type of official documents, but it does look like things wrapping up. Okay. Next up. All right. Gemini. All right. Well, I'll take that out. Flip it over like that. Gemini for the weekend. Okay, so the one that wanted to jump out here is the Knave of Wands. And then you have King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and Chalices, nine of Chalices. This is just extra over here, so I just look at the cards here for a minute. This, by the way, the one that wanted to pop out is about good news coming in swiftly. So for some of you, looks like there might be some good news that comes in for you this weekend. And for others of you, there might be a younger person either around you or a younger person that comes through or around, or it might just be somebody who's active and energetic. So for this weekend, it shows like a successful weekend is what is coming up here to me with this king here. And by the way, there's earth signs here, water signs, and Taurus stands out, and that's earth. So there's more earth here than water. Also fire, this fire signs comes out, but Taurus is the one who stands out a little bit here. I'm just looking at the cards here for a second. And also this weekend, you might want to take advice from someone that you trust, someone who maybe you think is wise, or maybe, maybe you go to somebody for, maybe either you'll give guidance or you'll need some kind of guidance or something, but that's why it mentions going to somebody who you think is wise. Also, for others of you, this could be, some of you might be getting married this weekend. Because it's shown a great success. It's shown some of you, again, might, the great success might be around like a wedding or getting married. And it shows sensual pleasures taking place and saying that wishes come true. So, and happiness, good news. I mentioned good news over here, and you have 2 cards here of good news this weekend. So, for those of you that are getting married this weekend, congratulations. And say something in the comments if it's you. Otherwise, looks like just good news for you guys. Looks like a successful weekend. Okay, next up, Cancer. All right, Cancer. Some messages for this weekend. Okay, so there's water and fire here. We got 2 chalices, 10 of chalices, 8 of wands. And so there's water and fire here. I'm just looking at the cards here for a second. For some, it starts off that some of you, it looks like You might fall in love this weekend, or there's might be some type of commitment this weekend. Could just be possibly, it could be like some type of communication also. You guys got the Ten of Cups here, you know, 10 of Chalices here, and this shows living the dream. So to me, this is having a really nice, fun, great weekend. It's about love and relationships, security, stability. It's about all that. So looks like a loving weekend. Put it that way. I'd say like a loving weekend, looks like to me. There might be some type of excitement, some type of, maybe there's going to be some kind of rapid changes or something. But again, you got a couple cards here that could be communication. So maybe there's a lot of communication, maybe love communication this weekend or something here. All right. Next up, Leo. Okay, Leo. Messages for this weekend. Okay. You guys, Leo tends to get this Queen of Pentacles a lot. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Chalices. Which, so there's earth and air and water here. Just looking at the cards here for a second. So it looks like some of you might be having some type of new emotional experiences this weekend. Some of you might even be either getting a new home this weekend or something to do with the home this weekend. But it does show emotional experiences. And it might be some happy coincidences, kind of like out of the blue this weekend. Some of you might be starting over this weekend. That can be with anything, because this could also be that an emotional issue has been resolved. So maybe an emotional issue will be resolved this weekend, because it looks like there's also some stress and anxiety going on. But it looks like if you are able to refocus your thoughts, then there's going to be peace. It's showing, because you got peace and tranquility over here for the weekend, but then you got stress and anxiety. But then it leads to some type of either emotional issue being resolved or a new emotional experience. And it could be something to do with the home, or I guess maybe it could be within your home, whether that's a relationship or something else. That's for you to know. All right. Next up. Okay, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Weekend for you, tarot for Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So, you have the Devil, Seven of Swords, the Emperor. So, there's a couple of different things here that I feel right away. For some of you this weekend, and by the way, Capricorn stands out, and Aries. So this weekend there might be excuse me, a little bit of I don't know if it's dishonesty, I don't know if it's some type of little bit of sneakiness or trickery or betrayal, but This weekend, there might be more going on than meets the eye with somebody, and it might be with a Capricorn. But there is Aries here also, again, and air is here also, air sign, or here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So it couldn't be anybody. It's just that Capricorn and Aries stands out more. So there might be, I don't know, it's going to be some fear or worry for you, or I don't know if you're going to be like tempted by something this weekend. So for some of you, it's like you've been tempted by something. I don't know if you're the one with a little bit of dishonesty, or maybe there's something more going on than meets the eye. I don't know if you're going to be tempted, to lie to somebody, and that somebody could be an Aries. So I don't know, maybe it's in a Capricorn. Maybe a Capricorn is going to have more going on than meets the eye. But doesn't matter the sign really. It's just saying to kind of like take caution, be aware. That's of things, and also it's saying to step up and take charge of something here, because energy looks good for like the weekend, but you gotta be able to have some, it's like kind of like structure and discipline and taking charge. Could also be about stepping up, taking charge, so that this, something doesn't happen. And if something does happen, you find out, then step up and say something. All right. So next up, okay, Libra. Next up is Libra. All right, Libra. Weekend tarot for Libra. Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Ten of Wands. Got fire and earth here. And let me just look at the cards here for a second. So the weekend for some of you, you might be sharing your time or your wealth with someone or people this weekend. Some of you may get a pay raise over the weekend also. It looks like if you put in the effort, maybe you've been putting in the effort, so maybe it will pay off with a pay raise. Like I said, for some of you, maybe there might be some type of partnership or collaborations. And it does show you working hard, so it looks like for this weekend, a lot of you will be working. And it does say to find some balance, because you might be working a little too hard. You might be feeling a little under pressure or something. So it does say to find a little bit of balance. Okay, next up. All right, Scorpio. Weekend messages here for Scorpio. Okay, Knight of Wands, the World, and Strength. So for the weekend, for some of you, the immediate thing I get, and I do things from being, intuitive and the card meaning. So sometimes, even if the card doesn't mean that and I feel it, I'm going to let you know it. So for some of you, this looks like two females, if you're going to have your attention this weekend, if you're a male. And you don't have to be male, female. I mean, it doesn't matter what you are. But looks like there might be two options this weekend for some of you. And the signs that stand out here is Leo. And so there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of fire. There's some passion. Looks like there can be passion here with two different people, or, you know, just however you like to look at it. Could be you and two others at the same time or separate times, but that's just for a couple of you there. So for others of you, it does show passion for the weekend. It could also be, some of you might be having a change of residence or some type of long journey this weekend. But it looks like things will require some action this weekend. And for some of you, passion doesn't only have to be, you know, with relationships and stuff. This could be a passion for what you do for some of you. Looks like there's going to be success and celebration for something this weekend. Maybe this long journey, maybe this, I don't know, it comes out with success and celebration. It shows some type of triumph and accomplishments this weekend. Showing that there's structure in your life and fulfillment this weekend. It's showing here also that either this is letting you know to have compassion and courage and patience, or it's saying that you do have those things. Also, there might be some forgiveness to do this weekend. But this is pretty much telling you to tap into that inner strength and use it this weekend. All right. Next up is, all right, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. Weekend messages for you. Weekend tarot for Sagittarius. Oops, now I'm throwing cards around. All right. So you have the Eight of Cups, so Eight of Chalices, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords. So there is air signs and water here. And just going to look at the cards here for just a sec. So for some of you this weekend, looks like you might be walking away from something. Looks like you're going to either you have it or you're getting this mental clarity. There's some type of victory or something. So maybe this mental clarity will help you to move on from something. Something that's been disappointing you. It's saying just walk away from it. Move on from it. Some of you might be traveling this weekend, or kind of like a seeking meaning, spiritual quest, or travel of some type this weekend. Maybe that's where the mental clarity too comes in with this seeking meaning type things for some of you. But it shows time to focus on new opportunities this weekend. And I don't know if you've probably been overanalyzing something about maybe moving on, because it's coming up here as kind of like the need for compromise. Maybe you need to make a decision. Maybe there's different choices. But yeah, it looks like going to get that clarity you need and move on this weekend. All right. Okay, next up, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Weekend tarot for you guys. Weekend messages. Okay. Nine of Chalices, Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot. So we have water and earth here, and Cancer stands out here. All right, so for this weekend, some of you are going to get some sensual pleasures, looks like this weekend. And looks, because you got a wish card here, and it's about that. It's about good fortune. Looks like there's going to be happiness this weekend. You have a card of victory, so that to me is a good weekend. Also, it looks like something might finally come through. So whatever comes through makes it a good weekend, maybe. But in a couple different ways. But that's the Knight of Pentacles. There is, like I said, about something finally coming through. It's also saying to pay attention to the details this weekend. But it shows something being steady and trustworthy. Alrighty. Also, it might be some kind of recognition for you this weekend. Okay. Next up is Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius. Weekend messages for you guys. Weekend tarot. Okay, so you have Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Five of Cups. So there is water here, earth here. I'm just looking at the cards here for a minute. So this weekend, something might finally come through. And it's showing some type of good luck with this weekend with money or career for some of you. And it's showing stability for the weekend and something being trustworthy also. Also showing that it might be some either... You have this card here that talks of like truth, renewal, forgiveness, reaping rewards of past efforts, reviewing past choices. Also, you know, maybe some of you are going to have an awakening this weekend, like maybe find your true call type thing also. Or like a wake-up call. It could be a wake-up call in a couple of different ways, but some of you might even be reunited with a loved one this weekend. It does look like that some of you might be either feeling let down or something, or maybe some of you are focusing on the negative. But try to look for the hidden blessings in things. Alright, next up. Okay, Pisces. So, for Pisces, so for the weekend messages for the Pisces. Okay, so we have 8 of Chalices, 10 of Chalices, and King of Wands. So we have fire and water here, and some would say this is Aries energy also. So I'm just looking at the cards here. So for you guys this weekend, looks like some of you will be moving on from something this weekend. Like if something's disappointing you, or it says the need to move on from that stuff this weekend. And some of you might be traveling this weekend, or maybe seeking meaning of some type this weekend. But it does show living the dream, and and happiness this weekend. You have the Ten of Cups. That's living the dream. It's loving relationships. It's security. It's stability. So it's very good card to get. And it shows that you might be motivational this weekend or inspiring this weekend. But it does show that some of you can be a little rash or impulsive. So just keep that in mind. But it does show that you'll be full of creative ideas this weekend. All right, you guys. Another video should be popping up on the screen. If any of you are still around, you guys might want to check that one out. All right, you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.